Hello everyone and welcome to this demonstration of GIS software, which will include mainly two things in this demonstration. Is about our raster data compression, which we have already discussed in the previous lectures, and a little bit we will spend time because there is no specific kind of tools are available, but when you start saving the data, you would find that such options are available. So, I would be demonstrating to you one with the ArcGIS software and also one other very popular softwares which anyone can employ, because it is not open source, but it is in public domain, freely available software. So, that I will be showing. And next is of course georeferencing, which we have discussed in length that what is exactly georeferencing. So, now we will be doing georeferencing through software. So, as in ArcGIS software, when we want to save some file, suppose here I am having this one file which is in IMG format, which is an image, satellite image, and if I want to save it, at places I will get these options of data compression. Like if I go here and save my data here, like export data, that means I am going to save in different format, which I can choose here. If I don't choose, then I am having the option for compression type. And if I go for compression type like LZ77, which we have discussed in the lecture, and also in JPG format, which is a lossy compression technique. Well, LZ77 is not a lossy, it is lossless compression. So, we can resort this way, and when we save, of course, it will provide the compression. And depending on the file format, these options will be open for us. For currently, I cannot force that how much compression I want, but if I would have a different file in my display, I would have a different options available. So, that I will also show you. So, these compressions as such may not be available in typical GIS softwares, but elsewhere we can access these a little differently. That I will also show you. Now, another way that when I go like here and export map, now I am just displaying this one, and here I can choose various file formats which my target. So, suppose if I choose TIFF, now here I can also control resolution and other thing, which I am not going to discuss here, but what we are discussing here is the data compression. So, when I go for the format, there it asks me about which compression do you want. Again, LZW is supported here, or there are some my other options are also available, for which we have to go for those options. Before going, please check, because some maybe the basic compression techniques have been followed, but little different name has been given, like deflate. So, this is also here you can control the quality, that what kind of quality. I want 50% quality, but 50% sort of compression. That way also. Similarly, if I go for JPEG, again I can control the quality here. So, these are the more sophistication which are available with our these such softwares, by which we can go for data compression. Now, if I do it a little differently in this software, which I will just demonstrate to you, that is also one of the way of making our display fast, which is called pyramid, which we have also discussed earlier in our theoretical aspect or theoretical lectures. So, if I will demonstrate that one also, that how pyramids are. See, these are two scanned topo sheets, means topographical maps of Survey of India, like 53J11. If I choose that I would like to display this one, when I say add here, Now first time when I will try to display this image or add this image into my project, it will ask me, would you like to construct pyramid? See, this is what, and also suggest that what it will do and what will happen. So pyramid building may take few moments depending on the size of file. This is quite big size. And would you like to create a pyramid? And if I say yes, then what it will do, it will create a few files here, and which are some additional files which are created in our data. So I can just show you that those files will be created. Like here I am having just these two topo sheets, and 53 J11 12 J11 I have just added here as I am intending to add. So before that I have to decide whether I would like to construct the pyramid or not. And the best part in these good softwares that help is available all the time. If you want to know what really pyramids are, first time if you are, so you have directly will be directed to the that will come quickly, and what pyramid will do. So all details are also available here, plus your resampling and other techniques which are required for this. So instead of changing these resampling techniques, I go for the default because I don't want to compromise the quality of my image. And what kind of compression I want, again I can choose different file formats. So I am just keeping the default. I can go for LZW because LZW, as you know, is a lossless compression, whereas same time you also know that the JPEG formats are lossy compressions. So I don't want for time being, because my purpose to demonstrate to you about the efficacies of pyramid. So when I go and request that okay, create pyramid, let's see what happens. It will create pyramid as it is doing here, and once pyramid is there, it will add this one in my project, which has been added like this here. Same time in my folder, it has created two more files. One is called this ADAS Imagine, this TIFF file, of course, that is there, and for that original file was this, and then this file, that aux file, has also been created. So these two additional files have been created. They are basically, whenever next time I will go for displaying this one, then I will not be asked to create pyramid again. For example, if I remove from this project, removing from project, that means that I am not removing from my directory. The data will remain intact, only from the display I am removing. So if I remove and then again go for use that file to display, now this time it should not ask to construct pyramid, because pyramid has already been constructed. See here, it has not asked, and now I can add very well. So likewise, as I mentioned, that all these compression tools, raster data or vector data compression tools, are not available at one place, neither in ARC toolbox or elsewhere, but you can whenever you will save file as in a different format, which format will support which kind of compression, accordingly the option will come to you. So in that way you can definitely go for compression. LZW option, as you have seen many times, it is coming because it is lossless compression, and if you keep that in that format, still you would be able to use your file without decompressing it. So in that way it is also quite good compression tool, which we have already discussed in theory. Now another way, if you away from directly from GIS software, there is a very popular software which is called Irfan View. As you can see here, this is about Irfan View, and this is freely available. This has been developed by an individual. A person is called Irfan Skiljan, and he is just an enthusiast, and he has developed this software which will allow you to save in various formats, and also it will allow you for various variants of compression tools are also supported. This fellow also challenged the people, or say if you go to his site, then he mentions that if you can provide the details about the file format, he can add in this software, and therefore in future then you can start using that one. So if I am currently I am displaying a satellite image of Moscow, and just forget about the colors and other things, just take it as a satellite image. Now I am going for save as, and you would see that what kind of option it is providing. See the options. I can save that file, original file is already in TIFF, so I can save that file say in JPEG or in GIF or EMG, BMP. This used to be also a quite popular format, BMP, bitmap. Or there are many such raw image data also format. So if just for demonstration purpose, if I go and say save as a JPEG. Now as soon as I choose here, now I am having options for compression here. What kind of compressions I want. And a very interesting part here is that sometimes we have to provide like our own digital photograph, passport size photograph, and the site says that photograph should not exceed 100 kilobytes or 200 kilobytes. So instead of bothering here, one can do the compression from here also. So you can fix the size accordingly, automatically it will go for the quality change. So if I say change here and I say I want this file in 300 kilobyte, and when I save it, it will save for me. So before I do this part, I should save as a temporary file this one. So I am safe from everything point of view, and then accordingly it will decide, and you see keep original JPEG file, IPTC, several options are there which you have to explore depending on your requirements. So if I go for this one, this is what it will do, and I have already changed that one, and here I can save that file into temporary folder, and there the file which has been saved in temporary folder definitely should be having a very small size, which is just 18 kilobyte. So I said not exceeding 300 kilobyte, it has reduced that file to 18 kilobyte, and it is in JPEG. So this provides a compression tools. If I instead of saving as JPEG, if I choose the format like TIFF, now sorry, I have to bring the original file first here, but anyway, even if this is now file is in JPEG format, if I go for and save as JPEG, again lot of options are available to me. For TIFF, see this RLE, run length encoding, it is available. This is LZW is available. PEG bits is like block quotes, it is available. Huffman RLE, and if you don't want to do any kind of thing, that is also. And this GIF also available, but as you know the GIF, the details how this the GIF does a compression, we don't know about that, but remaining like JPEG, LZW or RLE, we know all those details, and we have already discussed that part. So this tool and this Irfan view allows us to convert from one file format to another. Also allowed different depending on the type of file, it will allow you for compression. If instead of that, if I say if I use a GIF one, then for GIF I am having again almost same options as in case of JPEG. But again if I change and say I want to have BMP format, for BMP there is no options of compression, but for EMF again I am. So it depends on what kind of format you are going for compression, accordingly you would be given the option. So softwares have been designed in that way that depending on the input file format, accordingly whichever the compression techniques will support that particular file format, those options will come automatically, whether it is in ArcView or in ArcGIS. So, basically this completes our raster data compression demo. Now, I come to the next demo here, and that is our this georeferencing. So, for georeferencing, what I would suggest that before doing georeferencing, and the first thing one should do, that one should bring in background any already georeference map. Like for example, here I am having state boundaries. This map is little older because it does not have now divisions of J&K, and nonetheless, so these state boundaries or even boundary of India, which is already georeferenced, and as you can see that these values are being displayed in geographic coordinates in DD, that is in decimal degrees. So, if you can have that one, and this will help. Also, this ArcGIS software is having one additional feature, that if I am already displaying a file like here India boundary, and which is already georeferenced, and I am having another file which is a georeference but in different map projection. And if I add that file, then there is a possibility of on fly projection. That means I do not have to change anything, automatically seeing the file which is residing first in my project, the input file, the next input file will follow the projection system of already existing file, and this is called on fly projection. So, this will help us or speed up our georeferencing part as well. And basically for those things, if they are georeference or are having different projection, then the software will take care about this. And this on fly projection facilities are now available in many softwares also. So, once I have added the file which I have this file which I have discussed from pyramid point of view, the quality of file is not very good, but sometimes for some deliberately I have chosen this file, because for some time for some projects we would like to use very old data, and from where the old data will come, either from satellite images or old topographical maps. So, here this example is old topographical maps, and this is not this is in geometric domain, which you can see here. These values are false, they are not true decimal degree value. But once we will do the complete the georeferencing part, then you would see that these values are in true decimal degree in geographic coordinates, and this that in map of India that toposeed will reside where it belongs to. Only this will happen once the georeferencing part is completed. So, let us start doing georeferencing, for which basically what we require, if I do this part, and then you have to add the extension which is called georeferencing extension in this particular software, and depending on the software which you are using, that might be a part of a standard georeferencing or may not be there. So, let me remove other things, just keep this file and the boundary of India file. So, here it is automatically, since there is only one raster file or image is there, so it has already automatically taken as input, no other options are there. Now, next step, if you recall the discussion in theory part about georeferencing, first is to find out ground control points or register ground control points, GCPs. So, the best way of doing this thing, first like what I am going to do, I will register all corners first and then see what happens. So, for that I will zoom this part quite so that what two things I want in my screen, that I want these values so that I can read these values, and also I want to see this cross of longitude and latitude clearly. So, I will zoom to that level where I can see these things very clearly. Now, next step is to add control points. Help is also provided, which says that select control points from the source on georeference. That is what in the background our map is topo sheet. To the reference, So, because we are doing georeferencing of itself, not using any other source. This is very important, because here we are not having any master, we are creating this one as master. No problem, this can also be done. This is what I am going to demonstrate. So, first control point I am going to collect here like this. Now, I have clicked first left click, then right click. Now, I am having options to feed the values in DD, whereas in display what you are seeing values in DMS, that is degree minute seconds. So, I need to convert these values into DD. Very simply you can do it, because it is rescaling. Instead of 0 to 60, you are rescaling 0 to 90, because 60 minutes equal to 1 degree or 60 seconds equal to 1 minute. So, we will rescale it, just reading it and rescale it. So, we will type 78 point, this 30 will become our 50, and same with the latitude, that 30 plus 30.50. So, we say okay, this is my control point number 1. For time being the image has disappeared, because one think from rubber sheeting point of view. Now, at that location in map of India or on the globe, that one control point has pulled that point. So, no problem, we will bring back that point again, that one again here, and that is here now, this point is. Now, next thing we should do, like a shoemaker I gave the analogy, I would go in the diagonally opposite corner to collect another GCP, another control point. So, again the same thing I will do, I will zoom to that level where I can read these values as well as this cross. So, next control point I will do like this, and say what, see, automatically system has learned now. So, it is predicting that what kind of values you are going to have. Currently, because of just based on one value, the prediction may not be very good. So, here it is 75 and this is 2995 it is predicting. So, basically it is not that one, but it is 30 degree 00. Okay. And this is again gone in that, and now 2 points have been tried here. As you can see, this point we have this point I got wrong. Very good, no problem. What I will do, I can because this 15 should have also been, I typed there. So, what I will do, that is good that I unintentionally this mistake has happened. Now, I want to remove this point. So, I want to remove this point, which can be done like here, delete the link, and I will recollect it, no issue. And this is a sort of iteration process, and we keep doing till we get the satisfactory registration. So, after this again I will collect more properly for this one. Here I go like this, and this is 78 75, and this is 30 25. And these are in DMS in the topo sheet, whereas we are typing in DD. So, this is simple conversion from DMS to DD, and once it is done, no problem, it will disappear for time being, but when we go zoom to layer it. So, now 2 type points are there, as if you recall that even for first order polynomial you require minimum 3 points. So before that no options other will be open to us. So let us collect 2 more points and then we will see. So now I will go to this point, again zoom. So in the same way again collect the point, and now this prediction is going to be more accurate. So like it is 75, 78, 75 and this is 30, 50, 51 it was showing. So quite accurate. Now again I go there. One more point I would like to collect first and then we will see what things have become visible to us. And so here again I collect the point the same way as I have collected 3 previous points. Now prediction is becoming much more accurate about the location, and here it is going to be 25. And now see, this has not disappeared because now it is getting tied, this rubber sheet is getting tied. Now if I see this table, see those everything now should be available to us. See here it is giving only option of first order transformation, first order polynomial, and second order that is not available. But if we collect 6 points, then definitely the second option of the option for second order will also come, and if we collect more points then we will also get option for third order and so on. So in that way the softwares have been designed nowadays like that that you will not commit a mistake. So here now what are these residues? They are suggesting what kind of errors we are having here. Since we are having just 4 points, does not matter, still we can see that what are the total residuals we are having, which point is wrongly or rightly. At this stage that situation will not come, but if we keep collecting the data, definitely we will have a few other options, and then once you have collected the data, let me also collect few more data here, like we have done it here. So we will do it 1 point here, and no. So likewise we can collect many such layers, and once you have collected suppose sufficient data, you have chosen the second order polynomial. Now when you go for this thing and you say rectify, so what it will do, it will save everything and go for the next step. So that I would like to also demonstrate. You can of course go for update also, but I am going for rectify. So now it is giving me a few more options, like first step was registration, second step was to finding the transformation function, choosing an appropriate polynomial order. So just for simplicity in this demonstration I kept only up to first order of polynomial. That means I am transforming my this topo sheet image from geometric domain simply to geographic domain using just 4 corner coordinates, because I am having more confidence in my GCP. So I can go for the next step without much problem. But if you want more very accurate georeferencing, then you can collect few more points, but especially one should collect in the center. Corner points have already been selected, so it would be better if you select in the center, which will take a lot of time. So I have just chosen first order polynomial. Now I can choose, the third step is choose going for resampling, which will decide the pixel value for the image. So all 3 options which we have discussed in theory, nearest neighbor, bilinear and cubic convolution, all 3 are available. What I said, that nearest neighbor will keep always your pixel value intact without any modification. So if I am going to use this topo sheet say for digitization, I would choose only nearest neighbor. I will not go for bilinear. or cubic convolution, because these two options will modify my pixel value. There will be a compromise on the quality of my image, which I do not want. Secondly, I can also choose here the format as well. And once I choose the like original file is in TIFF, suppose for example, I choose the ADAS imaging software. Now compression again I can choose, and what compression it has been implemented is only RLE, that is run length encoding. So I can choose that one also, and plus I can at this stage can also change the resolution. But generally one should not try to change the resolution like just like that, you know, little calculation is required, because this is a too small value here, because this topo seed has been scanned at a very high resolution already. So, but if it would have been a satellite image, then you can control the resolution, otherwise whatever it is coming in default you can accept. And of course, what would be the name of the file that you can choose, and once you save the file, like for example, if I save this file and maybe I kept in a different here, and I say this is 53J11 and GeoRef, and I am keeping in my database, sorry, like this, and I am changing this here like this. So, it will go in my temporary folder, and the format is going to be this, the compression is going to be the RLE, and I can say go. Now, it may take some time, because it depends on the size of your image. It is doing first two steps it has already completed, the third step it is doing, that is the resampling. Resampling for individual pixels, it is picking from original image, following the option which for we have given the nearest neighbor, and then finally it is transforming there. And once it is done, then this image will be added in our project, which would be georeferenced. So, if I go and zoom this layer, see those coordinates which I have collected or those control points which I have collected, they are being shown here also, and I should get that image as well. See, now this image is GeoRef image. Let me bring here, and along with the where it will fit for the Indian boundary. So, if I zoom out, I should be able to see this one properly here. And if you see in the bottom, it is showing in degree decimal. So, the non-georeference image was not in, if I go for this image and do like this, because for time being it is also having geographic coordinates, but originally when I added that image which was in geometric domain, you did not see any degree decimal. So, that is the advantage of having things like that only. See, now this topo seed is it belongs to this part of Uttarakhand, because now this is georeferenced and it has gone to the place where it belongs in geographic coordinate system. Earlier they both, the map of India, state boundary and my input image were lying to, because one was in geometric domain, another was in geographic domain, and they were not coming together. Now both are coming together. So, this brings to the end of this demonstration, which I have shown in between the data compression, raster data compression, how at different stages those options would be coming. You choose judiciously about the compression depending on the file format and depending on the size of the file. And second thing is about georeferencing. Georeferencing is a time consuming. If you go for say third order polynomial, then you have to collect so many points, multiply by 3 I suggested. So, it will take lot of time to collect reliable common GCPs. If you are using, instead of toposeed, if I am having one master image and slave image, it will take more time. So, you must spend some time or be ready whenever you are going for georeference. It's a painstaking job, but it has to be done very accurately. Nowadays, most of the satellite images or digital elevation models which we get from internet or different portals, they are already georeference. So, if I download, add in my project, automatically it will go to its geographic location without any problem. The only thing which I have to do before adding in my project, first I should display a map which is my that I am going to follow. Like here I put first map of India with the state boundary, and rest will follow accordingly. So, thank you very much.